Rise and shine, beloved, great grand rising. Come on in, grand afternoon, grand evening, wherever you are joining me live from. Welcome to Spiritual Success TV Live, where we are lighting the way to help you create a clear path forward on your personal and spiritual journey. This is the journey of the awakened path. With that being said, let me just throw a great grand rising up and make sure that we are broadcasting live on Facebook. And then we're going to jump right in. We're going to get activated and jump right in. All right. Okay, where did you go? All righty. So let me do this. Let me come in here like this. All right, there we go. All right, let me just throw a grand rising up in the comments and get the comments started. And we're good to go. Yes, grand rising. All right, beloved, here we go. Go ahead and invite someone. Let them know Spiritual Success TV is live. With that being said, come on, let's go ahead and activate what I call the success mind. We're going to go ahead, place a hand on heart, a hand on your core center of self. Take a good healing deep breath in through the nostrils, out through the mouth, and relax. Crown of the head, shoulders down. Turn the focus inward. All the way down, your torso, your arms, your fingers, your core, your thighs, your legs, your feet, your toes. Everything relaxed. Turn that focus inward to the rich inner life and breathe. And exhale through the mouth. Relax deeper, beloved. Rest in peace. Rest in safety. Tap in deeper. One more for the power of 3. Tap in deeper, deep breath in. And exhale. Rest, relax. Let's be open to receive. Come on, give me a great grand rising. Let me know that you are here. And the saying, my old saying, this is the day the Lord has made, but we make a conscious choice. We're choosing to rejoice and to be glad in it. With that being said, I'm going to go right to the email that I sent out this week. I had someone reach out to me this week, and I took my time and responded to them. And so I wanted to bring some of that conversation out here because it is vital to where we are and where we're going. Over the last couple of weeks, we talked about intentional anchors. We revisited that. And then last week, we started talking about the ability to shift anytime, anywhere. So today, I want to talk about the sacred crossroads. Can you put that in the chat for me? Sacred crossroad. Great grand rising, Lisa. Sacred crossroad. So I want to look right at the email for a moment because there's some things I want to hit here. And I have a couple of questions I want to ask you, right? So number one, yes. Hey, Reese, thanks for joining us live. The sacred crossroad. The sacred crossroad. Does it feel, and this may not be for everybody, but you may be able to identify, do you feel like everything is falling apart all at once, right? Or this is the one that I can identify with the most. Does it feel as though life is rearranging itself faster than you can keep up? Does it feel like life is rearranging itself faster than you can keep up? Time is absolutely flying. Before you call this a breakdown, rather things seems to be falling apart and everything seems to be going in the opposite direction and your nerves is out of whack. Before you call it a breakdown, I want you to consider, and I want to offer this to you gently, beloved, that you're not falling apart. You're not breaking down. You are standing at the sacred crossroad. Put that in your notes. I'm standing at a sacred crossroad. And the image that I wanted to portray is I wanted to portray the different parts of life that seems to be spinning. But what I know about a sacred crossroad is that a crossroad is more than just a hard moment. Somebody, come on, talk back to me. It's more than just a hard moment. It's a divine invitation. And I've been talking about this for weeks, about this divine invitation, right? This divine invitation to shift, this divine invitation to reset, right? It's all about a divine invitation. And what the Sacred Crossroad is here to do is the space where multiple dimensions of your life intersect. Your relationships, your purpose, your identity, your health, your finances, everything starts intersecting and converging. And it seems like everything on every level is asking or requiring something of you. And so what they're all asking is for reconstruction of truth, right? Reconstruction or restructured truth. Number two, and then I'm going to move from here. Reclaim all of the things that you know is yours with courage. And number three, realign with your divine path. What am I talking about today? This is what I know. And this is where I want us to lock in, because I want it to be such a transfer of grace and power for you today. I want it to be a divine transfer. This is what I know. As I said last week, we can, at any given moment, shift and come in. So maybe you say, okay, Dr. E, I hear you, I'm there. And then to the couple of people that I connected with this week, that they are in this place and me responding to them is what came up with this whole thing about being at crossroads. Because many people are being touched in many areas of their life, especially if you are a part of maybe the Generation X or the millennials, where you may be taking care of parents and still raising children at the same time. They call it the sandwich generation. Many things. I've spoken to so many people that have come to me and said, you know, I'm concerned about this. My parent, my father, this, my mother, this, you know, both of my parents, that. And at the same time, they still have their children, rather they're raising small children, or you are helping your adult children. Can somebody talk back to me today? Let me know I'm not out here by myself, right? And so many areas of your life is being touched at the same time, where maybe your career is shifting. Maybe you feel yourself being called into a deeper purpose, right? All of these things, maybe your financials are not looking like you know that they should look. They were good and maybe now they're not so good. And it seems like all these things, your relationship, you're in a relationship with somebody, maybe you've been in there long term, and maybe it's a new thing and all of your stuff is coming up where you don't trust and you're afraid. All of these things, this is what we call the sacred crossroad. Beloved, when you look at your life and more than one thing is out of alignment, you're at a crossroad. And the key is first, before anything, is realignment. Put that in the notes, please. So this is what I want us to do today. Regardless of where you are, rather you feel like your life is in chaos, it's in confusion, you're at a standstill. Remember, I talked about functional freezing last week. No matter where you are, right? We're going to become stabilized at this crossroad. We want to stabilize ourselves. So one of the things that I do, because everything, you all know this, I'm not telling you anything I haven't shared with you for years already, right? Everything begins inward. It all begins inward. I don't care if you're in the middle of having a high anxiety attack, you're in survival mode, you're in flight, fright, or freeze mode, you're functional freezing, things look like chaos around you, you feel like you may be it doesn't matter where you are. My point is that it all starts inside. So remember 2 weeks ago when we started talking about intentional anchors and revisiting intentional anchors, that's all about being able to stabilize yourself at the crossroad And how do you start stabilizing yourself? This is where those intentional anchors come in. One of the things that I say to myself when I can feel my body out of whack, my body in misalignment, right, is that I call that back into homeostasis. I call the body back into alignment and agreement, because remember, the body is holding the memories in your cells. They're holding the memory of disappointment, of trauma. And so all of us, this is a real thing today, where all of us in this year of 9 can recognize your major pattern. And we want to stay on this. That major pattern is where you've been several times in your life. The major pattern. I decree and I declare that we are at the end and crossing the threshold into new beginning. Come on, in this divine year of 9, the year of bringing things to completion, to closure, I decree and to declare today, with all power and authority. Come on, if you use the name that's above every name, use the name. Come on, beloved, because we want to decree this today. We want to make a public declaration today. This is the end of that pattern. You know where you've gone around the cycle more than once. Come on, I'm identifying my own pattern, because we're being asked at this crossroad to allow it to heal, to really look at it for what it's worth. Now, what we're not going to do, we're not going to dig and dig and dig and dig, right? What we're going to do is what? Gentle inquiry. Out of curiosity, I wonder that. I wonder the other. So you get your intentional anchor. For me, the first thing I do is call my body into homeostasis. That means I'm asking hormones to regulate. I'm asking numbers to regulate. I'm asking nervous system to calm down, right? I'm asking blood pressure to come down. Everything to come back into homeostasis, right? So I spoke a few weeks ago about the Schumann resonance and how it was off the chart, but that 7.83 hertz, I believe it is, that everything pulsates and vibrates, the earth vibrates. That is our natural vibrational rate of frequency. I want all of that to come back into alignment. Can you see how when I call for that, this is why you have to have your intentional anchor. I haven't even begun to really tap in now to the rich inner light. The first thing I'm doing is telling my body, okay, I'm calling you back into homeostasis because I need you to calm down. How do you know when you're in misalignment and your body is in that autonomic response when the amygdala feels threatened? Right? Because you have the nervousness, you have anxiety, you have stress, you may be talking too much, you may be overeating, you may be over shopping, you may be cussing, you may be drinking, you may be calling your boo from 10 years ago. This is how you know you're out of alignment. Remember when I said last week, it's not about the vice. So that's why over here, you don't hear me demonizing vices, because by the time that outward manifestation of the vice shows up, you've already been in misalignment, right? You've already been in misalignment. It's all a matter of, are you willing to catch yourself? Are you willing to catch yourself? And beloved, that's the beauty. We can do that anytime, anywhere, in a holy instant, as A Course in Miracles declares. All it takes is a holy instant, right? So I call my body into homeostasis. That means I'm telling everything, okay, calm down. Calm down. Come back into alignment. I'm ready to turn inwardly. So when we turn inwardly, we talked about this 150, 11, 90 times. Yeah, that's my number for today. 111, 50, 90 times we've spoken of this, right? Then we turn inward because all the power is within you. Can you please put that in the notes just to clear it again today? All the power is within me. No one's coming to rescue you. No one's coming to rescue me. All the power is within me. And when you make the decision to turn inward, because you have a desire to shift, so you're going to make the decision to turn inward, then this is where I'm holding space for all of us today to lock in. You're going to stay there, regardless of what the outer circumstance is saying and speaking. Now, over the next 7 days, I want you guys inboxing me, reaching out to me. I want us connecting. I want us holding space with one another because we need to stay there. So wherever you are, if you say, Dr. E, that's what I've done. I've tapped in. I'm bringing my body back into homeostasis. I'm stopping all the craziness, whatever you were doing. I'm at the end of that, and I'm here and I'm ready. Let's lock in together and get through the next 7 days, staying tapped in. It doesn't matter if it feels like everything around you is being burned to the ground. If it already burned to the ground and you're in a room full of ashes, then we're going to call on the energy of a phoenix and we're going to declare we will rise out of the ashes. We will reset. We will begin again. Because one thing we know, one thing we always know, everything always works out for me. Come on, y'all, talk back to me. Don't leave me out here by myself. Everything always works out for me. We know that. Some way, somehow. And right here in this space, I want you to take an opportunity to tap back into that realm, into that high vibrational frequency of all is well. Tap back into when it was all working in your favor, because you've already been that version of yourself. And so I just heard somebody say, well, Dr. that's not quite. I've never been that version of myself that I see and I know. Well, I decree and declare that reality is here for us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, Lisa, Sacred Crossroad. That reality is here for you. So I want us tapping in today. We have to make the choice. Doesn't matter what's burning down around you. Even if it's already burned down and you're in the puddle of ashes, then we decree and declare we rise from the ashes. Yes, 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 yes. Can we just take a minute right there and go into a little praise break right there? Everything always works out for me. Reality right now is bending and shifting to bring everything that I desire and hold in esteem to pass. Now, here's the thing. This is why I want us connecting for the next 7 days, beloved. Because we will be tempted to look at the circumstance, what has surrounded you and is boxing you and trapping you in. We're going to be tempted to look at that. We're going to be tempted to panic. We're going to be tempted to throw in the towel. But the key is to stay tapped in to the vision, to the vibration, to the feeling of your best self, your well self, your whole self, your wealthy self, your rich self. It doesn't matter if you don't have a dime right now, you can't rub 2 nickels together and you don't have any place to get another nickel from. It doesn't matter. We come here together. We support one another. We hold one another. It doesn't matter if everybody's angry at you. No one is speaking to you. They're lying on you. It doesn't matter. We're going to turn and tap into the rich inner life, the place of power. the place of divine authority. And we're going to move here. Yes? Come on, what are your thoughts? What are you hearing? What's resonating with you right now? Come on, talk back to me. We know, since we know, that all things work together for good. It's fitting into a plan for good because we're called according to purpose. Since we know that, no weapon formed can prosper. Since we know weeping endures for a night, but joy comes in the morning, and the morning is here, we already know. So you see what where the conflict can come in, where the dichotomy lies, is that inwardly where the power is different from what you're seeing. So can you type this in the chat for me today in your notes? The past is already behind me. Everything that you're looking at right now is already the past. So what that means is that you must be looking forward into what you're creating, into being more of who you are, being more of who you are. So one of the catchphrases, I want you to type in the chat for me. What are one of the catchphrases that will catch you in the net of this matrix that keeps you out of your power? One of the ones that used to be for me, and it could catch me, especially in the realm of finances, is you have to be realistic. Come on. What is something that catches you? What's a catchphrase? That thought that always come back to you. One of mine is you have to be real. You have to face reality. That's a trap. We're not saying that you have to ignore anything, that you have to deny anything. That's not what we're saying. We're talking about not being caught in a trap, not being caught up in the net. Right? Right? Yes, yes, yes. The past is already behind me. Yes. And that means even whatever happened a moment ago, that's behind you. We're staying fixed. And I just feel the anchor this point just a little deeper. Take a deep breath in. Come on. And exhale. That's it. That's all you have to do. That's all you have. Having an issue, type into that. Oh, Reese, sorry about that. Because yes, you are good with giving me feedback. Thank you. Thank you, Lisa. Yes. So that's it. Especially if you're there. I know what it feels like to feel like you're trapped, you're boxed in, like everywhere, like you're in the middle of nothing but brick walls all around you, and you don't know how to get out. And the more you try to fight to get out, the more you can't. Surrender. Surrender. Right? Surrender all. Let go, let God. Y'all know my little song I love. Let go. Let God. Release. Surrender. And then come into divine stillness. Be still and know. And that is it. If we can successfully do this for the next 7 days, starting today with day 1, if we can turn inwardly, bring the body back into divine alignment, bring our mind back to a higher conscious awareness that you are whole, you are well, you are rich, every need met, every bill paid, every way made. So as we come to this crossroad and we're stabilizing ourselves by turning inward, commanding the body to calm down. And you could do that by breathing. That breath, I'm telling you, is your best friend. to calm the body down, bring hormones into balance. And then as we do this, the second thing I'm going to ask you to do is make adjustments to what you're putting in the body. Because many things that you're putting in the body is confusing your mind, slowing you down, keeping your hormones imbalanced, keeping you sluggish, forgetful. So that's all we're doing this week. We're going to command the body, be still. Come back into homeostasis. Come back into divine alignment. Vibrate at that 7.83 hertz. Get into agreement with all that is. Turn that focus inward. Begin to see, sense, feel the version of you that's well, that's wealthy, that's rich, that's in a mutually beneficial, loving relationship, that's impacting the lives of people. You want that feeling of what it feels like to be well. What does it feel like when you bless people? Come on, bring that to mind, especially if you're struggling financially. Turn inward, bring back up the vibrational frequency of what you feel like when you're blessing people, when you're an answer to someone's prayer, when you show up with that gift, with that money, with the money for the bill to be paid for someone, with a resource that will open up another worm where you connected someone to the proper resource and they got blessed. What did that make you feel like? That's what we want to tap in. You have to find that feel-good place of your wholeness, your well-being. What did you feel like when you were able to breathe because you had more than enough money? Your bank accounts were running over. All the bills were paid and you were being a blessing. I love being a blessing. Love making people's lives better. But what is the pattern? We have not always kept ourselves in a position to be able to do that. We want to go back and feel that. When you were most anointed, when you were most consecrated, when you were set apart for a holy purpose. Tap back into that feeling because we want to feel our way out of the confusion, out of the slack, out of the poverty, out of the skin. We want to feel our way out. So we come together and we bind together and we're going to do this. All right. Deep breath in. And we are here. Let's sow into this. I thank you for everyone that has sown a seed. As I said again, it only helps me do what I am here to do, right? So we're going to ask you to be led today in what to give. And these are all the ways that you can give. Let's sow into this word. I'm going to sow into this word because I want the benefits. I want to reap the benefits. I want this to add up. I want this word to increase. I want to get the results from it. That's why we sow into a word. All right. So with that being said, beloved, we are here and we're so happy to be here. All right. Share this on your timeline. Do me a big favor, beloved. I want to break out of the algorithm they have me stuck in. So I'm going to ask you on YouTube, put me on another device and let it play. Put it on at night, let it play. We got to break through the algorithm. On Facebook, when we're finished this live, go back to the live and go in the comment section and leave a comment. I'll respond. That is what the algorithm looks for. It's looking for engagement. And until we have more engagement, they will not push this out to all my friends. I have thousands of people friending me, right? Across all my platforms, thousands of people, but only a handful of people are getting to see what we're doing. All right. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a blessed, wonderful, and amazing rest of your day. Bye for now. SSL, we will not meet tomorrow. We're still on summer break. Bye for now.